Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Halo Collective. My name is Rickey, and thanks for joining us. This episode we will be going over the information that has recently been released surrounding the new character leaders in Halo Wars 2. Be sure to stick around to find out everything. The first human-looking character isn't even a human at all. We had a look at a new AI named Isabel. All the AIs we have come across in previous media have all been military-based AIs. Isabel, on the other hand, is in charge of food supplies, life support systems, and power management. In a recent vidoc that was released, we also found out that she had been exposed to some rather terrible things. As she witnessed those she took care of perish around her. She wasn't able to do anything to stop her people from dying, as though she seems to be shaken emotionally, which we haven't seen within AI before. Aside from rampancy, of course. Isabel's AI service number is ISA 1307-2. Isabel is an artificial intelligence created to manage logistics at a UNSC base on the Foreigner installation known as the Ark. When her base was destroyed in a surprise attack by the Banished, she was powerless to stop the slaughter of her friends, and she swore revenge against the Atriox. As a smart AI, Isabel has incredible computational power and a fully independent creative mind, allowing her to immediately integrate with the Spirit of Fire when Captain Cutter and his Spartans recover Isabel from the ruins of her base. In this role, Isabel represents the modern Halo universe for the crew of the Spirit of Fire, as she can quickly bring them up to speed on all the events and military improvements which have happened during the 20 years that the crew has been in cryosleep. Smart AIs like Isabel have strictly enforced 7-year lifespans to prevent a dangerous loss of system control only known as rampancy. Isabel is 3 years into that 7-year period, which means she has plenty of time left to take the fight to the Banished. The sole reason why Isabel is fighting is for retribution and finding a new family. Following up Isabel is possibly her polar opposite, another Hane, who is standing in support of Atriox. Decimus is the embodiment of every horror story the UNSC Marines have ever swapped about fighting the brutes. He's ruthless, gloriously bloodthirsty, and almost unparalleled in raw physical strength. When Decimus fought for the Covenant, he took particular delight in hand-to-hand combat with the woefully outmatched soldiers on the side of humanity. Decimus still harbors some resentment against the elites under Atriox's banner due to how elites treated the brutes during the time of the Covenant, and as one of Atriox's generals, Decimus now takes a sadistic joy in ordering those elites on the most dangerous and even suicidal missions. Decimus seems to be rather traditional to the Hane lifestyle, as his main reason for fighting is the glory of the kill and the traditional brute belief that might makes right. Within the beta and various trailers, we have seen Sangheili side by side with the rest of the Banished, which the Banished is heavily known as a Hane-centered faction, so I might have been in the top 10 people who were curious as to how this sort of thing was allowed. Luckily, we have that information as well. In the chaotic last days of the Covenant, the Shipmaster found himself grappling with betrayal by his former Covenant leaders and no clear path forward, as all Covenant beliefs had been forcibly cast aside. The one constant of his command, however, was his obligation to his crew and to keep that crew together and alive. With a powerful carrier and that crew of veteran fighters at his command, the Shipmaster was soon noticed by Atriox, who offered to fuel the ship and supply the crew in exchange for the Shipmaster's unquestioning loyalty. This arrangement was deeply unpleasant for the Shipmaster, especially since elites were used to lording over the brutes during the time of the Covenant, but in the new order of the galaxy, serving as a mercenary for Atriox was the only viable option. The name of this Shipmaster's carrier is the Enduring Conviction, a name which Atriox frequently points out is particularly ill-suited for its sellsword captain. All such jokes aside, however, Atriox knows he is a powerful tool for warfare in the Shipmaster and the fleets of Banshee fighters and platoons of veteran elite soldiers the Shipmaster commands. Let Volaire is the walking embodiment of the current state of the Sangheili race. Courageous but conflicted, he fosters animosity towards virtually all sides that aren't under his own command. He looks with disdain upon the Arbiter's attempts at peace with humanity, but he sees the Covenant as ultimately nothing more than a falsehood that crippled his people and repressed their nature. For now, he can comfortably call nowhere home, save for his ship and his crew, and will do whatever it takes to ensure their futures, even if it means working alongside the Hane. The reason why Let Volaire fights is because of a captain can sacrifice everything if it means keeping his crew alive, which overall means he isn't truly loyal to Atriox. Instead, his loyalty towards his crew and those under his command. He is truly a Sangheili amongst Hane, figuratively and literally. I thought it would do Valer justice if I would get another member of the Halo Collective to give his opinion. So I asked Tyler to give his opinion. I will be handing it off to him now, for the moment.
His helmet is fucking stupid.
But what about everything that I just mentioned?
No. Rickey, I don't care. Okay, his helmet is stupid, and it makes me want to die. Okay, now where did you say that drain cleaner was? Because I'm just gonna go look for it.
Moving on. Now that Tyler has kindly gone off to find... I'm going to have to call the ambulance after the recording is done. Though before I can, at least I will wrap up this episode. Thanks again for joining us, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like if you did so we know what you enjoy seeing. And do you have any thoughts about anything mentioned above? Let me know in the comments below. And I hope Tyler can make it through this. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on news and entertainment for anything and everything Halo.